Hi, welcome to this video on my fischertechnik TXT controller. And now I want to do some more tests, obviously, but I want to do them without using the camera, because so far the problems show up whenever the camera is involved. So for a change, I stop using the camera. Also has the consequence that I have to put everything involving the camera out of the program. Those are quite a few actions. But if I'm right, then the problem shouldn't exist anymore. And if so, there is something wrong with the camera. And that would be too bad. And there's only one way to find out right now. So I do think that I've had all the camera action moments. Yes, it looks like it. Which means I can run it. I've put it on the table at the moment, so it's very close to my computer. Online. Do absolutely nothing physically, no fans, no. And that's a bit odd. So I will do just that. It is a bit weird. I can comment this out as well, since the time sleep is only for start camera online. That one is taken out. Okay, I think this is about it. Let's do one more test run. Nothing at all, not even the slightest. So it's time to put it on the floor and see what it does. Nothing or something. So with the robot on the floor again, same setup with the ruler in between two battery packs. So it can be either sonar or sensor that stops it. This time no camera involvement, in the sense that there are no pictures taken. So let's see what happens. Once again, if anything. And that is absolutely nothing at all. So let me just take a second to see why nothing happens. That is quite a nuisance. So let's get back to the code. So it's time to check exactly what happens. It clearly gets here. And then I see something that worries me, because let's go up. And up and up. The camera action, of course, but I want to see that distance measurement for some reason, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Ah, I see. Right. Because these should not be in the output. And that is correct, because from here on there are no pictures taken, which is correct. But, and that is a bit nasty. Here it should do something. It says while contact 1 and it is state 0, camera action 0 is here. But the motor doesn't do anything. So that is very weird. Why is that happening? Camera action 0 is the next thing, so I'm going to do is adding speeds rechts, links, fan, set. And this is terribly slow. But I'll have to deal with it for now. Set distance set. And once again, let's see what happens, if anything. That's weird. And here we start again. So we come here, obviously. Then also obviously set the set. But here it already should have started to write, and it doesn't write in any way, and I mean RIDE, not writing. So this is very odd. I'm going to take a measure. I'm taking camera in again. Although not all of it. I'll just take no, not that one. This is all before the before the motors. So what I also have to do is removing this, save, and try again. Camera connected, but no motor. Motor at all. So why is this so slow? Another camera action, and let's see what happens this time. TXT aborted. You're kidding me. And this is 1009. Yes. And by the way, now you can see it aborts on camera connected. So that has definitely something to do with the camera. You could argue then take away the camera, but hey, there's a camera, it should function. So that's a non-argument to me. So this connection to TXT aborted, and the other one, it fails. It shouldn't fail. And now it writes. Now it writes, and both sonar and the touch sensor are ignored, totally ignored. But let's see what happens once again. So with the camera involved, apparently the motor works. So let's see again if that happens. Probably it just first fails. Yes, it fails at first. Although this time with a broken pipe. Connection to TXT aborted. We just go on. Now it works. And it stops. Totally and completely. Contact is 1. Distance is 11. So for some reason, without the camera involved, the motors won't work. That's weird, but let me, from this position, run again. Will it run, or won't it? For some reason it won't. So let me put the whole situation back. I'm very curious what happens now. I didn't show you on cam that with the camera disabled it didn't run, but showing a robot that doesn't do anything is not really fun to see. So let's see what happens now. If it doesn't reset, that is. Yes, it does. So with the program reset, and there it goes. The odd thing is that I'm not sure why it stops. And but it clearly is contact 1 that is stopping it, so the right side touch sensor and not the sonar, which is quite odd, because of course the sonar distance is set to 10. And that is something I may have to change, because the sonar is set quite high, and although it's a 3D cone, I may have to put the sonar lower than it is now to make sure that it detects objects, and that may be a point. But main conclusion for now is that apparently the motors don't work with the camera disabled, which is quite odd, because if you don't want to use the camera, apparently with Python at least, you can't use it. Quite odd. But anyway, that's the conclusion at this moment. Let's see what else we can do. Let's see the results of the last action. And of course, images have been taken again. And a lot of them. But that's not what I'm first interested in. It says start contact is 1, distance is 15. And that's a little bit odd, because if I go back to the code, it says that the distance which matters is smaller than 10. No, not entirely correct. Yes. Here the sonar is smaller than 10. Well, this definitely is larger than 10. So it's the contact that goes. And now I'm very curious what happens once again if I disable the camera. So I comment this out. Very, very curious what will happen now. Okay. No. This one. And this one. And there wasn't any more. So yes. Real nuisance, the delay. Now we've got it. Let's see what happens. If anything. Nothing whatsoever. So putting the camera back into action. Not all of them, just a few. And once again, let's now see on camera what happens. To test if the sonar works, anyway, I've put an old test bag into action, 2 battery packs at some distance from the sonar on top of each other. So let's see what happens. A very nice stop at a distance of 4 centimeters, which proves somehow my conclusion that this is working. Let me push them away again. That is alright. Let's see about this. Nope. Because this is caused by the touch sensor. And that means that the sonar doesn't detect unless there's some height. So I can do two things: either leave it this way to see to have the touch sensors working, but that doesn't work for any object right in front of it and in the middle. So the sonar needs to get lower. Big time conclusion. Let's try something else. Last test with the sonar is with the ruler placed vertically between the battery packs. Let's see what happens then. Probably. Okay, that I didn't foresee. Ouch. What happened? Yes, touch sensor on. Alright. Let's see this again. So what happens now? Yeah, okay, sonar speed is 2, zero distance is 2, but it's a clear bump, so I'm not quite sure if this is a result of the sonar or some physical distance, because it also touched the the right side sensor. Okay, I think I'm going to let it be this way for now. Interesting conclusion with the sonar. I'll reconstruct it. And interesting conclusion with the camera with respect to the motors. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching, and to be continued.